All right, just dropped off our cache at White River Campground. Oh man, this is exciting. We're gonna be the first ones to attempt it this year. We're gonna reach this point 5 days into our attempt. So we'll see how it goes. We're alive! We found a shelter.
We literally almost died.
Oh my God. I can't believe the night we just had. Day 5, we are going to pick these up on the Wonderland Trail. So we just got a little bit of food and some toiletries. And we're also going to stash our ice axes because we're not going to need them until that point, most likely. Got an extra pair of underwear and some fuel too. And I'm about to take these out to the cache site. Our first Wonderland attempt. First Wonderland attempt of this year. If we successfully complete it, we'll be the first to do it. Still a lot of snow. Great. Turn my inReach on.
So we thought that we were the first ones on Wonderland this year, and we saw trails, footsteps in front of us, and we finally caught up to the footsteps, and there was a ranger staying at Indian Henry's cabin, and we're officially breaking trail now. There's no footsteps. It's just me and Chris, hundreds of miles forward. Seeing Chris out there kind of gives you a sense of scale. Well, there's a big ice cave right there. Oh no, it's a rock. I'm tripping.
Hey, meow, meow, meow. Oh, he's cute.
First morning in the wilderness. I'm having a great time.
Everything's wet. Oh my god, it's so cold. It's like 39 degrees, 38, and wet and snowing. And now we have to pack up and hike like 15 miles. Ugh. Alright, we're kind of on a steep hill here, but we've climbed about 500-600 feet so far today. That's where we camped down there. And then we gotta go up there. The snow is so sticky that it's like sticking to our boots and making stilts for this is what we're dealing with right now. Every step we just gather an extra 2 pounds of snow on our feet.
Like it's made out of glue.
Yeah, it's super sticky. Oh man.
Denver Ridge Walk.
Oh my god. We almost died. We just had to traverse that. This trail is completely buried in snow. The angle is this, and it would just shoot you down that exposure. And then right as we were crossing the traverse, there's a freaking wind just started picking up, and you can't see it, but there's huge exposed avalanche cliff up there. So we walked from those rocks to right here. Anyways, we're safe now. We're gonna continue on. Try to get some water. Wow. Wow. Freaking Aquaman, dude. We're really in it now. We're soaking wet. And it's like obviously cold because we gained elevation. So now here we are, saturated from head to toe. And we're reaching our campsite, which is at 5,000 feet. And obviously the snow line came down quite a bit. And if we stop for even 5 minutes or less, 2 minutes, we start shivering. So we might bypass this and go to a further campground 3 miles, 3.5 miles past, but it's down below the snow line. We've been getting rained on all day and snowed on. It's very miserable. We're questioning whether or not we can continue, but I'll try to stay positive. As you saw from earlier in the video, this trip obviously didn't go as planned. So after a night of nearly freezing, I didn't get much recording. But basically we spent this whole night near hypothermic. It was about 33 degrees, sometimes below. And we were soaking wet, going up overpasses into the Alpine where it was below freezing. Was where our campsite was initially planned to be for the second night. But seeing as how we were nearly hypothermic, shivering every time we stopped, we decided to press on. As also, all of our gear was soaking wet. So we carried on through the night in the dark and made our way down to the next ravine out of the pass to the Mowich River, I believe it was. And the nightmare didn't really stop there because the trail was washed out and now it was dark and my GPS wasn't functioning. So we had to traverse a washout and a raging river, and it was about 10:30 at night, so it was pretty much pitch black at this point, cloudy, no stars or moonlight. And we had to traverse a pretty treacherous river crossing over a log that we had to shimmy across. It was like class 5 rapids underneath of us, about chest deep water, maybe shoulder deep. It was pretty much death if we fell. So we made our way across that, extremely exhausted after our long day. We hiked for it was over 20 miles. And it was about 8,000 feet of elevation gain, plus whatever we went down. And that's when we happened to cross this shelter.
We're alive.
So we spent the night at this shelter, and we pulled the plug. We called our friends the next day via InReach. Got on my InReach, contacted some friends, and had an extraction point planned for about 3 miles away. It was our last extraction point, and we made the decision after our night that the conditions weren't going to improve. The weather was going to continue to rain off and on, and with our gear wet and no way to dry it out, going back up into the 6,000 feet, which was 2,000 feet above the hard packed snow line, wasn't going to be a viable option for us. The risk was a bit too high already, so we called it. And as you'll see in another video, we continued on to do another trip in the Olympics. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned some lessons that my buddy Rhone learned. We had a great time, but
the risk was definitely very high,
Need
and
some
we were
breakfast
warned
and find a bailout point.
going into this, but you know, we had to learn the hard way, and yeah, we did.
Saying goodbye to Wonderland Trail. It's Mowich River. All that snowy snow. What we were stuck in for like 10 hours yesterday.